Hi guys, it's your girl Autumn Teaches, and this will be my first YouTube video on my channel, long form and this video is going to be about things that you need to know about moving into your first apartment. I've made so many videos and I broke them down in all of my other platforms, but this video is going to be a lot longer. It's going to be a lot of detail. But I really want you guys to be prepared. And if you are new and you have not seen my beautiful glowing face before, I am Autumn. I am a content creator that makes content for young adults mainly, so in all ages really, but mostly young adults, so that you guys can be prepared when moving into your first apartment and just life financially in general. I want to make sure that you are very much independent and that you don't have to rely on so many government assistance and don't have to really rely on other people. I want to make sure that you are prepared and successful when going out into this crazy world. And like I always tell so many people, that the way this economy is right now, it is very hard to make mistakes, especially financially, and be able to bounce back from them and be good. So I'm going to make sure that you don't have to do that. I'm going to make sure that you don't make the mistakes that me and my husband made. I'm going to make sure that you guys are prepared. Simple as that. So consider me your big sis. Everybody considers me their big sis on other platforms, but on YouTube, consider me your big sis when it comes to apartments and everything you need to know. So we're just going to get right into this video because it's going to be a long one. Number one, so the first thing we're going to touch on is if you can afford the apartment. So when it comes to an apartment, a lot of apartments ask you to make 2.5 times the rent or 3 times the rent. That is a big one because so many people struggle with that part of even getting into the apartment because of that alone. And so when it comes to having 3 times the rent and 2.5 times the rent, apartments always tell you that. And if you want to see a video of me doing the calculations for that, go ahead and go over to my TikTok or Instagram and watch that. But I really want to hone in on that as well, because you want to make sure that you're making 2.5 to 3 times the rent. I suggest that what I would do is I would try my best to make multiple incomes, whether it's doing something on the side like DoorDash or Uber Eats or anything like that, because if you don't already make 3 times the rent, it's really going to be hard to get that apartment. So I want you guys to keep that in mind, okay? And then I want to talk about the emergency fund and the monthly spending and fees like that. When it comes to moving into an apartment, you need money saved up. I stress that so many times, and I know so many people are going to say, oh, well, I moved out and I didn't really have no money saved up. Those are the type of people you don't want to be like. Simple as that. You don't want to be that type of person, because why would you struggle if you don't have to? I always say that. So try to have $10,000 saved up. Try to have $10,000 saved up. I'm going to say that again because that is going to be a good cushion for you. So when you move out, that can be your emergency fund. That can be the fund that you use to pay rent. That can be the fund that you use to get furniture, groceries, whatever you want to use it for, right? But you don't want to be moving out with just a paycheck and then hoping for the best. We have faith in God, but God also gives us wisdom to go ahead and do what we have to do in order to be prepared. So let's not be a little slow in that matter, okay? And the monthly budget, that is a big one as well. So when you're moving into your apartment, have a budget. Have some type of budget of, okay, I don't want to spend at least over $150 on groceries. If you live alone, you shouldn't have to spend that much on groceries, but I will warn you that your first grocery list is going to be the highest one, because you're going to need the regulars like the seasoning, the flour, the sugar, you know, the normal things that's supposed to be in a household. But after that, your bill should be as low as you can get it, because you're only one person or it's only 2 people, depending on who, you know, how many people are living there. So please keep that in mind. Have a budget with everything that you do. Everything. I always tell people, if you're trying to save money, if you're trying not to spend too much money on certain things, have a goal for your money. If you have no goal for the money that's in your account, then you're naturally going to spend it because you have no reason for it. So have a reason for every amount of money that you have in your account or in cash. And then I also want to touch on, make sure that you're doing that monthly budget before you move out. I do not want you guys to build habits once you move out and you're not prepared, or, oh, I didn't build this habit, I don't know how to do it. Start budgeting before you even move out, so that once you move out, you're able to do it with ease. It doesn't feel like a chore. It doesn't feel like it's foreign to you because you've already been doing it. Number 2, how much should you have? So this kind of bounces off number 1. And like I said earlier, you want to have at least $10,000 in your savings account. You can have more than that, but it's always good to have a minimum of $10,000. It may seem like it's hard the way this economy is, but I promise you, if you can just add $20 each paycheck or $50 or however much you need to add in there, go ahead and do that. Start now. Don't wait till the last minute. But you also want to make sure that you're budgeting in, as far as savings, you want to make sure that you're saving for furniture, groceries, all of those things as well. So I recommend having 2 savings accounts. One for an emergency fund and one for just day-to-day things that you know you're going to need once you move out. Like I said, furniture, groceries, and other necessities, right? And I think that is a big one because so many people use one savings account for multiple things. And you don't want to be using emergency fund and then a regular savings account together, because if there's an emergency that you have to go through, you would hate to have to tap into that emergency fund, and when you do need it later on, you can't really get it because you had everything in one account. have a certain account for emergencies and a certain account for something else. And that is going to help you so much. And those emergencies can consist of medical issues, car issues, if you need a new car, or if you need to repair your car, anything. Emergencies can consist of anything. But again, I tell you, have an emergency fund. Do not just have one savings account. It's always good to have multiple. I do want to say this too, when it comes to cleaning supplies, y'all, if you're going to be buying stuff for your apartment, or whether it's groceries or cleaning supplies, please, for the love of God, do not shop at one grocery store for all your groceries. Shop around. I know so many people are like, oh, well, I don't feel like driving around the city looking for groceries. I get that, but if you can get something cheaper somewhere else, but you'd rather spend it $20 for it somewhere else, like, that's crazy. If you can shop at Aldi's, try to shop at Aldi, depending on the state that you're in. If you can shop at Winco, do that. If you can shop at, HEB or things like that to get your food cheaper, do that. So many people rely on Walmart and Target as their main two places. There are so many other grocery stores around the world that you can actually get cheaper groceries at. And like I said, every state is different, so I'm not going to say that everybody has a Aldi's and everybody has a Winco and everybody has a Kroger. But if you have a store that is known for being cheap as far as for groceries in your state or in your city, then go get groceries there and compare prices with other stores so you can see where you can get certain things cheaper. Kind of goes with the cleaning supplies too. When it comes to cleaning supplies, do not get all these types of cleaning supplies for different rooms in your apartment. Get one multi-purpose cleaner that can be used in the kitchen, the bathroom, the bedroom, all of those things. That's spending less money than spending more money on different things that you can use in different rooms, but you can get one thing that works for everything. 3, now we're going to touch on where to even find apartments. Like, that is big too. When it comes to finding an apartment, there's so many places you can use. You have Renter Cafe, you have apartments.com, you got Zillow, you have all of these platforms, right? And these platforms are going to help you to get the apartment that you want with the price you want. And those apartment websites and apps and things like that, which you can also look any up if you have any. If anybody knows some, let people know in the comments where they can go to look for an apartment as well. But try your best to find something in your price range. Like, don't try to go above and beyond. I know everybody sees those aesthetic apartments on TikTok and Instagram, and it's so cute. Like, trust me, I want one too. But let's be realistic. Sometimes it's okay to be realistic with yourself and say, you know what, I can't afford that. That's a dream, or that's something I want to work toward. But right now I need to get something in my budget. So get an apartment in your budget. And that's what those apps are for. Those apartment apps are for. So you can put your maximum of what you want to pay so they can find something in your price range. I know this video is getting really, really long, so I'm going to kind of end it off right here. But I will be making a different video or a part 2 to this tomorrow, so look out for that video. But I just want to kind of recap what I've already told you guys and just kind of let you guys know that getting an apartment is a big deal. It's a big responsibility, especially at a young age, especially if you're moving out by yourself. So take this serious. While you're also taking this serious, also enjoy it. It's fun. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be hectic all the time. So that's why I give you guys the advice I give you, so you don't have to feel stressed in a moment where you should be happy and, enjoying the space that you just worked hard for. So I love you guys so much. That's all I really want to say. And if you're new, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment, do what you have to do so you continue to see me on your feed. And I love you guys and see you guys next time. Bye.